You've been drinking the wrong soda your whole life. And the brand responsible has been laughing all the way to the bank. While you've been grabbing the same label out of habit, soda companies have been swapping real ingredients for cheaper substitutes and charging you the same price. One brand settled an $11 million lawsuit because its product contained almost none of the ingredient it was named after. Another carries a mandatory health warning in Europe and never mentioned it here. So today we're ranking 12 soda brands from the absolute worst to the ones that actually deserve space in your fridge. Because life is too short to keep paying for carbonated disappointment. Hit subscribe because we're about to cut through a lot of very expensive marketing noise. Number 12, RC Cola. RC Cola was founded in 1905 and spent the next 70 years as a genuine pioneer. First cola in an aluminum can, first to launch a Diet Cola, and a documented winner in blind taste tests against Pepsi. That is not a bad product, so why does it rank last? The carbonation drops off fast, leaving a flat, syrupy body within minutes of opening. A bubblegum sweetness settles into the mid-palate without resolving into anything. No dry finish, no spice note, nothing to carry it forward. At 150 calories and 40 grams of sugar per 12-ounce can, it sits in the nutritional middle of this list, which makes the collapse even harder to explain. RC Cola pioneered diet soda, beat Pepsi in blind taste tests, and still ended up in the gas station refrigerator. That is not a flavor problem. That is a tragedy. But at least RC Cola's problem is honest. Number 11 built an entire brand identity on an ingredient it then had to defend in court. Number 11 is Canada Dry Ginger Ale. Canada Dry ran for over a century on the slogan, "Made from real ginger." That slogan cost the company an $11.2 million lawsuit settlement. The extraction process, boiling real ginger root in ethanol, destroys any nutritional or medicinal benefit before the extract ever reaches the bottle. Millions of parents gave this to sick children because the marketing told them it would settle stomachs. What they were actually pouring was 35 grams of sugar and a ghost of ginger. A faint suggestion of spice that never becomes anything real. Canada Dry spent decades selling the idea that it was medicine. Then a judge had to explain that 35 grams of sugar is not a treatment plan. Canada Dry at least got caught in court. Number 10 never needed a lawsuit. Number 10, Fanta Orange Fanta was created in 1940 inside Nazi Germany because Coca-Cola's German subsidiary could no longer import ingredients due to wartime trade embargoes. In Europe, it contains real fruit juice. In the US, the formula uses artificial orange flavor, yellow 6-dye, and no fruit whatsoever. One reviewer described the aftertaste as bitter and cheap, like discount orange juice that arrived late to its own flavor. Another said it was so perfumed, it left a powdery feel on the tongue. The most telling detail, in 2023, Fanta reformulated its US orange specifically to taste more like Crush, a major brand paying to match a lower-ranked competitor. Fanta's European version uses real fruit juice. The US version uses the word orange and hopes you do not ask any follow-up questions. At least Fanta's problem is the formula. Number 9's problem is that the formula was always the point, and the point was always maximum sugar. Number 9, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew was invented in 1940 as a whiskey mixer, acquired by PepsiCo in 1964, and rebuilt around extreme sports marketing in the 90s. The marketing is maximalist. The product matches it in the worst possible way. The citrus attack fires at full volume from first contact and holds there without any development or resolution. At 46 grams of sugar per 12-ounce can, over 100% of the American Heart Association's daily recommended limit for women, it carries the highest sugar count of any brand on this list. What makes this particularly hard to ignore is the yellow 5-dye. In the European Union, it requires a mandatory warning label reading "may have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children." In America, that warning has never appeared once. Mountain Dew is the only mainstream soda on this list that carries a health warning in Europe, and most American consumers have never heard that fact. Number 8. Crush Orange Crush was invented in 1911 as the first fruit-flavored soda in the United States, originally made with real orange pulp and juice. The name is now the only thing connecting today's product to that one. The current formula is artificial orange flavor, red 40, yellow 6, and high fructose corn syrup. What earns Crush a rewrite? Step above Fanta is restraint. The bubbles are larger and softer, the sweetness is less aggressive, and a slight sour note on the finish gives it enough structure to land better. Reviewers in direct comparisons noted they could tell the two apart on the bubbles alone. When Fanta reformulated in 2023 to taste more like Crush, the community's long-standing verdict became official without anyone announcing it. Crush was once made with real oranges. The current formula is what you get when the people making the decision stop tasting the product. If this is already saving you from a bad purchase, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming. Number 7, 7-Up. 7UP was created in 1929 and originally contained lithium citrate, a mood-stabilizing pharmaceutical compound, until 1948. Today it is caffeine-free, lithium-free, and unfortunately somewhat overlooked. Here is the thing. 7UP is a better product than its cultural invisibility suggests. It uses potassium citrate as its acidity regulator, producing a drier, crisper finish with a slightly cooling sensation that is chemically distinct from Sprite, not a lesser version of it. One reviewer stated plainly, "I can actually taste the lime and lemon out of that." 7UP's brand awareness sits at 92% in the US, yet purchase frequency lags well behind Sprite year after year. 7UP once contained lithium and had a legitimate medical claim. Now the only thing missing from the formula is a reason anyone talks about it. Number 6, A&W Root Beer. A&W was founded in 1919 and is the oldest franchise restaurant chain in the United States, and the second brand on this list to have built its identity on an ingredient claim that required legal action to address. The brand marketed its root beer as made with aged vanilla for years. The vanilla character actually comes from ethyl vanillin, an artificially synthesized compound. The company's defense was that a canister of vanilla was physically present in bottling plants, so the product was technically made with vanilla nearby. One Reddit user who discovered this wrote, "I always said A&W is better because of the aged vanilla. I feel like such a fool." The buried number is 135 milligrams of sodium per 20-ounce bottle, the highest of any mainstream soda on this list, hidden inside what is marketed as a sweet, indulgent treat. A&W put aged vanilla on the bottle. It turns out the vanilla aged in a factory synthesizer, not a bean pod. Number 5 is where the coasting ends. This brand has a genuinely great product. It keeps losing the argument for reasons that have nothing to do with what is in the can. Number 5, Pepsi was invented in 1893 and spent the next century building itself as the louder, sweeter challenger to Coca-Cola. It has won the first sip for 50 years and lost the full can almost every time. Pepsi uses citric acid rather than phosphoric acid, producing a bright citrus-forward opening that hits fast and fades fast. The sweetness drops off mid-can, leaving a slightly flat, thin finish. Reddit users described it as like an opened Coke that's been in the fridge for 2 days, with others noting a soapy aftertaste that settles in after the initial brightness. Brain scanning research confirmed that Pepsi activates reward centers more strongly on first sip when brand labels are hidden, but the effect reverses once the full drink is consumed. Pepsi spent 50 years winning blind taste tests and still lost the market. The test was one sip. Real life is a full can. Number 4, Sprite launched in the United States in 1961 as Coca-Cola's direct answer to 7UP and became the dominant lemon lime soda by the late 80s. Where 7UP sold wellness and neutrality, Sprite sold authenticity. And authenticity wins in consumer culture almost every time. Sprite uses sodium citrate, producing a sharper, tangier punch than 7UP's drier potassium citrate formula. The carbonation holds its bite from first sip to last, and the clean, minimal aftertaste makes it the most widely used mainstream mixer behind a bar precisely because it does not compete with anything around it. The Obey Your Thirst campaign in the 90s built genuine cultural loyalty in hip-hop communities that no 7UP campaign has closed since. Sprite does one thing sharper than anyone else does it. In a category full of brands trying to do too many things at once, that turns out to be more than enough. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel reach more people. Number 3, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper was invented in 1885 in Waco, Texas. the oldest major soda brand in the United States, predating Coca-Cola by 1 year and Pepsi by 13. The 23 flavor formula has never been disclosed. For over 140 years, no competitor has successfully replicated it at commercial scale. The opening is cherry forward and caramel sweet. The mid-palate introduces vanilla and a faint licorice warmth. The finish carries subtle prune and spice notes that continue to evolve for several seconds after swallowing. No other soda on this list changes across the arc of a single sip. Every other brand here has at least one direct flavor competitor. Dr. Pepper is a category of one and has held that position for 140 years. The fact that nobody has successfully copied it is the most honest review the formula has ever received. Number 2 and number 1 are where this gets genuinely interesting, because the product that wins on ingredients and the product that wins on everything else are two different brands. Number 2, Jarritos. Jarritos was founded in 1950 in Guadalajara, Mexico, and has used natural cane sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup from day one. A formulation decision the rest of the mainstream industry spent 50 years going in the opposite direction on. The cane sugar difference is immediately noticeable. Reddit users confirmed it produces a smoother, cleaner sweetness without the syrupy aftertaste that HFCS consistently generates. The fruit flavors taste like actual fruit. The mandarin is citrusy and fresh, the tamarind is tart and complex, the guava is floral, and the softer carbonation lets those flavors come forward rather than compete with them. And get this, Jarritos produced the first commercially available tamarind-flavored soda in the world. That is genuine flavor innovation, not marketing. Jarritos is proof that real ingredients are a viable business strategy. The rest of the industry just decided profit margins were more important. And that brings us to number 1. Jarritos earns its rank on ingredients. The brand at number 1 earns it on something harder to define. And a consumer revolt in 1985 proved it. Number 1, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was invented in 1886 in Atlanta, Georgia. In 1985, the company replaced the formula, and consumer backlash was so fierce that the original was restored within 79 days. The board of a billion-dollar company went on television and admitted they were wrong. The flavor wheel is specific: vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, raisin, dark fruit, and caramel. A warm, complex profile built on phosphoric acid, which produces a deeper, more sustained structure than Pepsi's citric acid formula. The carbonation is sharper and more persistent, and the dry finish prevents the cloying aftertaste that fatigues you through most of the bottom half of this list. At 39 grams of sugar per 12-ounce can, Coca-Cola is actually less sweet than Pepsi, but the complexity makes it taste more satisfying. Bottom line, in 1985, they changed the formula and consumers revolted within 79 days. That is not brand loyalty. That is the most expensive quality review in the history of the beverage industry. 12 brands. One honest conclusion: the sodas at the bottom of this list are not just bad products. They are proof that brand recognition and quality have almost nothing to do with each other. Our C-Cola ranks last not because it tastes terrible, but because a brand that pioneered an industry let everything around the product collapse. Coca-Cola ranks first because when they tried to change the formula, consumers staged a revolt in 79 days. And you cannot manufacture that reaction with a marketing budget. The brand's worth your money, invest in the can, not just the label. Check the ingredient list. Notice the aftertaste. Read the lawsuits. Hit subscribe if this changed how you think about your next soda run. And drop a comment telling us which ranking you think we got wrong.